Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Face shave time. I've just done my head shave using the leaf razor once again. Third use with the Derby Usta blades, which I'm about to pop one today into my Carve aluminium. These are a really nice blade in the leaf. I don't know how they're going to be in the Carve. I think I've used them in the Carve before and it was okay. But we'll find out how they are today because the Derby Extra is excellent in the Carve razor. Now, soap for today. I'm sticking to a Portuguese theme and also a sort of woodsy theme. Now, the scent on this is fantastic. Potus Kale. Now this one is citrus, cedar and amber. And the scent on it's really nice. It's a beautiful cologne scent, I reckon. If I had it in an aftershave for a cologne or a EDP or whatever, it'd be really nice. It comes in a lovely tub, even though it is plastic, but it's a very nice tub. I'm going to pour out the, let me probably use it on my face. Yeah, it's a really nice scent. It's quite a fresh sort of summery type cologne scent with a bit of woodsy happening in it. Yeah, it smells great. It's a load of soap as well. I can't remember what's the weight. I'm not sure what the weight is on it. Have a look. What's the weight? It's 4.4 ounces, so it's a good amount of soap. It's not too expensive, but it does smell fantastic. It's available worldwide shipping from Canuck Shaving. That's where I picked mine up from. Right, got my brush soaking. You can see it's just below the handle. The brush for today is my Shave Mac 26mm unique silver tip knot, and it is quite unique, I find, because the shape of this knot, it just looks brilliant. There's so much white at the top of it. The colour of the handle is stunning. Handmade in Germany. I think Bound makes this. Hand ties the knots over there. So here we go, let's load it up. Right, now if you watch my head shave, I spoke a lot about mental health. Now I'll probably go through a similar process in this one. I am not in a good place, mentally. I have been struggling for a while, not long before the coronavirus. It's taken me up until pretty much the last couple of weeks to really have a look at myself and think I need to sort myself out. You know, I'm not in a good place. I'm a very angry person at the moment. I've got no tolerance for anyone. I've basically got on and off switch. I've got sleeping and angry. That's about it. Not great to talk to. I find it very hard with my family at the moment. I'm finding it hard with the kids. They're driving me nuts. The kids drive me nuts. I shouldn't be taking anything out on them. My stress levels are apparently through the roof. Almost as bad as they can be. My depression levels aren't great. And my anxiety levels are average. They're not brilliant, they're not great, and they're not bad. I've got a lot happening in my head at the moment. Obviously, since this injury back in September when my arm was broken, it's got to the point now where inside my head I'm starting to think that I'm not going to go back to work. Sadly, that's my thought process at the moment. I need to get out of that process, I need to get out of that thought process in order to become more positive and see light at the end of the tunnel. At the moment, there is no light in my mind. I'm really struggling, and as a result I'll be seeing a psychiatrist or psychologist on the first one on the 4th of May to try and work through my sort of mental strength, I suppose. I'm just trying to get better. I've been there before. It's something that it never truly fixes itself. It's something I'll live with for the rest of my life. It's something I'll always have. You heal it. It's never fixed. You know, once you went down that road. And most people at some point in their life will go through depression. Will go through stress levels, will go through anxiety. It's the people that go through it not realising and don't seek help or don't get help, or they try to get help and whoever's helping them isn't helping them. You know, sometimes it's a case of eliminating a lot of factors and finding the right person to try and help you through things. Family can help a hell of a lot, but sometimes family are too close to the action, so you need to find someone outside of that circle. But yeah, given the whole coronavirus thing that's going on, there's just been things that I've been eating at me with regards to, I try and stay clear of the news. Look at that load, that's way too much, so I'll be here lathering all day. I'm not too bothered, I've got a lot to talk about, a lot to get off my chest. So I sit back in and don't enjoy the ride. I hope you take the positives out of it. The coronavirus has been around now for, I think it started back in late last year, this thing, but obviously it was sort of covered up for a while. Oh, that scent. Now, I'm at a point now where, probably a month or two ago, I stopped really watching the news. I tried to stay clear of it. I tried just to get the main stuff I need to know, where I can go, what I can do, without getting in trouble, that sort of thing. Because the news is just a depressing thing anyway, it's always negative. You never hear too much about the good stuff that happens, you know. It's always the negative side of the world. So, one thing that's eating at me, it has been eating at me for a while now, is people whinging and moaning about self-isolating. I'm sick of being at home, I want to go out, I want to go shopping, I mean, seriously, what the actual... Just to give those people a bit more, most people have had to self-isolate or are self-isolating for maybe the last month. Some people maybe just a little bit longer. I've been self-isolating since September last year essentially. When I broke my arm, I just haven't left the house. I've been at home 95% of the time. I've went out and helped a little bit with shopping when I could, or when I could be arsed. I went back to football for a little while, and then obviously the injuries with my wrist and stuff like that. I've been self-isolating for a long time. You know, there's people out there who've been self-isolating their whole life, you know, hermits and... No, I don't think you can call them hermits anymore, I don't know what they call them. I like that all the time. It's horrendous, it's not great, but if you're having to do it because the world's in a pandemic and people are dying, fucking do it and stop moaning about it. Who the fuck protests about wanting to go shopping or get a haircut? Get a grip, shave your fucking head. I am absolutely over it, and it's really frustrating. But I'm at a point in life now where, and it is in life, it's not just a point in time right now, where I'm looking at having to pull the pin on playing football anymore. Because the amount of impact this has had on my financial life, on my mental health, on my family's mental health, having to put up with me, I've not been in a good place. You know, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm snapping at the most insignificant things, you know. The kids pull a plate out of a cupboard and it slips out their hand and smashes. That's the end of the world for me at the moment. I'm not joking, the amount of anger that is in me at the moment, it would knock you out. I'm not a violent person, so if you're thinking shit, he's going to do his wife in or do the kids in, I'm not like that at all. But it's concerning for me now. So I've reached out, I'm trying to get help. Thankfully the anxiety levels, I have been able to sort of control them a little bit. I did work through a lot of stuff with my last psychologist on coping mechanisms for anxiety, because that was my main concern previously, and they seem to be working, they are helping me. My gran is in hospital, she's not very well, she's not getting better, everyone's dying, but she is actually not far off now. But she's in hospital with a hernia that's twisted around the bowels and torn, and she is slowly poisoning to death, really, very slowly, but it is happening. She's on strong painkillers and she's on antibiotics for the infection and things like that. And the problem with my gran is she's got a very strong heart. She always has done, and it's keeping her alive. And as much as it's a horrible thing to say, I think now, at 93 years old, with dementia, severe dementia, she literally doesn't know anyone in her family anymore. She has conversations all day with her dead family, sees her brother all the time, and sometimes it's just time to go, you know, and it is time for my gran to go, but it's so hard for my family back home. It's hard enough for me over here, being thousands of miles away. It's so hard for my family back home when they can't actually go to hospital and see her. because of self-isolation and the virus. It's causing so many knock-on effects to families and things, you know. And it looks like she's probably going to get put into a government care home that my dad and his brothers and sisters will have absolutely no say in the matter. It'll go to the social workers. They'll make the final decision. And it's heartbreaking, it really is. So I've got that in my mind. When I'm down, when I'm not well, when I am depressed, and I do know it, but I do go into denial. Everyone sort of does, I think. I buy things I don't need, shaving related, non-shaving related, just shit spend. And it's not, I'm not talking like $10 here, I'm talking hundreds of dollars on shit I don't need, which obviously at this time impacts us massively. Financially, it puts a massive strain on my marriage. My wife's always stood by me through all thick and thin, and I've always stood by her, but she's never had too many major issues. Everything that's happened in her life that's caused her drama has been my fault. Openly my fault. And I've had to pay for that tenfold and try and better myself in order to better my family. And at the moment I see no light at the end of the tunnel for that. So the only logical step for me is to go and seek help, which I have done. And hopefully I can get some sort of good outcome at the end of it all. Just anything, any positivity, if it would do at the moment. Get this ladder. The scent is absolutely divine. It's one of my favourite scents in the den. I think look at that, that's fantastic. The telltale sign for me is the police sucked a lot of life out of me when I was in the police. It took a lot of joy out of me. You know, I was quite a sort of happy-go-lucky, funny kind of bloke. I used to have a good laugh with people and enjoy sort of things, but I don't enjoy shit anymore. Really anything, if I'm honest. And I do things to take my mind off the bad things. I don't do them because I enjoy them anymore, in all honesty. Shaving is one of the small things that I do really enjoy, but it's the enjoyment factor of most things now that I struggle with. Right, I'm going to be using this again. I'm going to be using this quite a lot, I think, because it's a really good shaver, the Feather Artist Club. Now there's no blade in it at the moment. The blade I'm popping in it, this is the only blades I have. These were gifted to me by Craig Stanley, who gifted me the razor. Feather Professional Supers. I've heard that these are the most dangerous feather blade they make. They're a little bit longer, they stick out more. There's no guards, there's nothing to protect you. It's just a pure, sharp, protrudy blade. Now to get the blades out, you slide this little slider here. Pull to there, you hear the click. Once it clicks, you slide it back the other way, and you'll see the blade sliding out. Now I'm just going to pop it to the side, pop it right out, and then just leave that at the end for you next time you get a blade. There's about 15 blades in here, so he gifted me a lot of blades. They're quite expensive, so cheers for that, Craig. And then what you do, you pick up your razor. Now if you squeeze the spine of this razor, it opens it up. See the opening? Now that is it open. What you do then is grab your blade, brand new feather blade. See if I can do this so you can actually see what happens. Got the shakes. Slot it in. I leave it pinched open, and then I just sort of let it sit like that. It falls into place, slides down, and then there you have it. Beautiful. So here we go with the Feather Artist Club, brand new blade with a cracking lather, plenty of moisture in there. I I think Jack over at the virtual groom room would be chuffed with that one. And here we go. 15 minutes in, first stroke. Now a lot of people out there I think cork this blade. But what I mean is they slide it through a cork and it takes that first initial edge off. Oh, that feels so much smoother. And the one that I used yesterday, the last use of it. Such a good shaver, it really is. I'm starting to really enjoy using it. And it's the strange thing is, if Craig hadn't sent me this to try it and then gifted me it, I would never have bought one. Because Chivettes, so I just wasn't a fan of Chivettes. I've only got a day's growth, so it's not like it's having to mow shitloads of hair down. This lather is actually a little bit dry. Can you see that? I put quite a bit of moisture into this. Right, switch to this style to do the upward strokes. It might be a little bit dry, but it's super slick. It's very protective. Right, let's just add a bit of moisture. Fantastic. It's really slick stuff. It is. It's an excellent quality soap, and that scent's fantastic. Beautiful. Now, since I've come down to this line here and shaved up the bottom part, I've not been having any blood or irritation down there, issues. Excuse me. I'm trying to dip the tips. Just paint some water in. It's one of the best lathers I've made for a while. Obviously there's a few bubbles in there. That's because I've just painted water in, but it's really, really slick. Right, across the grain and against the grain. And then I'll finish off with the Carve again. Fantastic. Right, I've got one weeper there. Topped it all up there. Now this is obviously a lot sharper than the blade I've been using because it's a little bit well used and it's a bit blunter, so let's see how it feels against the grain. It feels fantastic. Got a weeper there, I think. Yeah, I've got a couple of weepers there. I find when it's firstly very sharp, but after a couple of uses it finds it's smoother again after a couple, and then it starts working perfectly for me then. I'm going to just do from here. But no, I'll do it from here. Some good weepers then once. Shaving too close to the blood there, right? Because I'm assuming that'll be pretty close. Let's have a bit of a feel. Yeah. It's so close, I don't feel anything on that section. Right, I'm done with this. Move it to the side, lather up again. So I can actually feel, it feels like I've got just a smallest bit of rotation today. In comparison to the previous years with the sort of broken in blade. But it's nowhere near as bad as the first time I used this razor with this blade, because I feel like I've got a lighter touch with it now. So the blade I'm going to pop into my Carve Christopher Bradley razor, it's a Derby Usta, Derby Master blade, and it's going inside here, the aluminium Carve, which has got a 3.25 inch handle with the B plate. There we go. Now these blades come completely blank, similar to the Kai blades. They do feel slightly thicker than the Derby Extras, but they do shave pretty well. So here we go. Fantastic. I've definitely got a couple of cracking weepers there. Everywhere else feels great. I'm just going to pop a little bit of lather around my mouth. Such a relaxing scent. fantastic. What a shade again. Now what I am planning on doing, to give me more things to sort of waste time on, is I'm planning on starting up a fragrance channel. I don't have a lot of fragrances, I've got a few, but I'm planning on starting one up. And then what I may try and do, if I can afford it without going down that rabbit hole again, is trying to pick up samples and decants and things like that of fragrances. Whether they be expensive or cheap, it doesn't really matter, I'm not too worried, just so I can give my opinion on them and have a snifter and have a use on them. This feels fantastic, it's so moisturised. I'm going to rinse the brush out and I'll just show you how much lather's in here before I do so. Now it's not a massive knot, but it creates a lot of lather. Look at that. Oh, that smell, that scent's just off the charts. The main sort of thing I get from it in the end is the amber. I love the smell of amber. It's just got this real nice sort of resinous caramel type scent. It's really nice, and it just mixes beautifully with the citrus and the woods and that. It's really nice. Just rinse my brush out. Now the other thing I like about this brush is it's not super dense. It's dense enough, but it cleans out quickly. Well, it has done in the past. It may not now. We really have pretty much stopped weeping now under there, that's good. I think there's a little bit just about to come out. Beautiful. It's probably the only real drawback or the downside to a heavily dense hand-tied knot is it holds the lather so good, it's hard to get it out. Now this brush, I haven't lost a single hair from this knot. I can beat the shit out of it as well. Oh, fantastic. Right, the soap for today was Porter's Kale, made in Portugal, 4.4 ounces of really, really nicely scented, high quality, great performing soap. It's well packaged, the labels are beautiful. It's just that all round quality company, quality soap, and it does a fantastic job. Well moisturised, it's giving me that sort of, that Wickham balm feel now, that sort of satin feel on your skin. It's not dry at all. I've got no tightness, believe it or not. I've got the one little weeper there, just there, and I had 3 I think under here, which have pretty much healed up. So as a result, I'm now going to move on to my everyday post shave and pre-bed shave, pre-bed squirt. AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum. 1 squirt on damp hands. I find this works perfectly. It's got a lovely scent. Every time I use this, the wife comments on the scent. She loves it as well. Just really nice passion fruit scent. Fantastic. And I will say, for the price, it's $50 Australian. If you get it from Beard and Blade, it's free shipping in Australia. I don't know what the shipping is worldwide. I think you can only get this from Beard and Blade in Australia at the moment. I don't think it's available overseas at all. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm over a month now of use, and my skin has been the best it's ever been. I have to say that it's better than what I've been getting from Codex. One thing that's changed recently is this, the Feather Artist Club Chevet. This is something that wasn't in my rotation much at all prior to getting AP Reserve Essentials, but I've noticed since using this razor my irritation levels have been lower. It's just simple as that. It has been. I haven't opened up down here now for a while, probably 3 or 4 shaves. I don't think I've opened any of these weepers up down here like I normally get. I've obviously changed the up strokes here, which has made a difference, but I'm really enjoying using it, and I'm getting quicker with it, getting more efficient with it. It's feeling better. I'm feeling more confident with it. Obviously, you need to stay focused with it because it can bite you quite badly. My Shave Mac 26mm unique silver tip nut. It's got beautiful soft tips. I mean, those tips. This is dry. Well, it's pretty much dried out now. It smells fantastic, and that handle really is an absolute joy. The colours in it are beautiful. Just a lovely brush, very ergonomic. The knot isn't too big, it just makes the right amount of lather. It doesn't make a mess, it holds the lather but it releases it well. Just fantastic. The first razor was the Artist Club, made in Japan by Feather. It's a well constructed, really nice looking chevet. It's probably, other than the DX, which I like the look of as well, this is probably the nicest looking chevet around. It's super well built, it's sturdy, it's stainless steel, holds the blade well. The blades are fantastic as well, they're really sharp but they're smooth, well they are for me. And I finished off today with the Carve, with a brand new Darby Usta Darby Master Blade. Now that is Darby's sharpest blade yet. It's a different sharpening process on the blades, different machine edge. And I have to say, it feels very nice. But in the leaf razor, it's exceptional. It's really good in the leaf razor, but it's lovely in the Carve. And can I really grumble at that? That's a fantastic shave. Finished off once again with what is quickly becoming a very staple need in the den, really. It makes your skin feel great, it really does. Really happy. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. And honestly, if you're having any problems, if you feel like you're on the edge, go and speak to someone. Catch you guys next time. Cheers.